So speaking of AI and Photoshop Generative Fill a little bit more, I want to explore ways to use this that work for Archviz and can immediately enhance my workflow, because that's the point of AI, right? It has to make sense in your workflow. And it's supposed to save us time and all that. So I want to look at how we can use it for taking a material like this and making it tileable, or seeing other ways that we can enhance it using AI. So the most obvious thing is, like, this is a pretty small sample of stone. I want a bigger sample of stone. So let's see if we can do that. And I just want to kind of explore ways in which we can use AI. First of all, this thing's a little too high resolution. So let's just put it down. Okay, we'll make it a lot smaller. And then we'll make the canvas size bigger for ourselves so that we can have plenty of space to work with. Okay, and if we just take this thing, actually, let's just try and say this was going to be a big slab of stone on a backsplash or something. We'd want much more texture to work with. So what if we just generate all this, see what happens? I'm hoping it doesn't just kind of copy this over, because we don't want to see any repeats in our materials. Oh my gosh. That is fantastic, actually. I have other options, of course. This one, not quite as good. Actually, I mean, whoa. Whoa! That is so good. That is so good. Okay, I was gonna make this more about like tiling, but the fact that it's just generating this from thin air is awesome. And honestly, that works better than some of the tiling techniques I wanted to use. That is so great. And like I said, you have options. So you could actually export all three of these and have 3 different slabs. That is really good. Oh man, that is really good. Okay. All right. That kind of blew my mind just now. I hadn't tried that before, and that is so good. Okay. What if we want to make this more of a tileable texture? So like we could take this and say canvas size. How would we do this here? So let's do an offset, filter, other offset, and let's just leave blank space in between. Oh, actually, I have an idea. Let's expand it even more on the side, like that. Now do an offset. Now we need to like generate things in between, right? Actually, that offset's not exactly what I want. I want to get it set up so that I can fill in the centers so that the edges remain tileable. Will that even work? Let's see. Okay, so that's basically what I want right there. Now, let's fill this in. I'm not giving it any prompt here, so it's just gathering information from around instead of from my prompt. Oh, that one is good. That one is really good. Filter other, let's so I collapsed everything into one layer, and I'm going to offset it again because I know we'll have a few edges in here that I don't want, but dang, that looks good. Okay, so along this edge is the only place where I have problems, and that will be easy to select and fill. Boom. That should be like totally tileable in the best way. Okay, let's see. So if we say, let's just take a preview of it and say edit, define pattern with this image right here. I think that worked. So now layer, new fill layer, pattern. You can see I've tried this a few times before. Now let's set the 30. Yeah, there's still some stuff going on in there that definitely catches the eye. So you could keep going here, but it is tileable, right? Like it's seamless. You're not seeing the edge there. You just see the repeat of these big white splotches. That's going to be pretty hard to get rid of on this particular material. You could scale it at 50% like this and then go in and delete a bunch of parts of it. Not the edges, because those parts are already tileable. But we could rasterize this and then just delete it. Okay, so now we have that. Now we could go in and let it fill that again. And you should have an even bigger tileable texture now. A representation of a bigger physical object. So like your sample becomes bigger. What the heck is that? Oh my gosh. It looks like I need to grab more information from around. Let's make sure, not sure how this is working here. So let's make sure and collapse it into one layer, get all this, and then do a generative fill, see what happens. Hopefully you don't get a weird AI generated spaceship this time. I think it took that shape and came up with some idea of what it should be. In my experimentations, AI has come up with some hilarious solutions to things, but it's also super useful if you can figure it out. Okay, there you go. That basically worked. Still some repeat in there that I don't like. But what it's doing is it's learning from what's around it, and that's why that repeat is coming in, right? So you could toy with this more. I think what's worked best is to just have huge blank spots in between two portions of the same material, and then just let it generative fill in all the information in between. That's what has worked best for me. But hopefully that gives us some ideas of some workflows that can be useful to us when creating textures. I love this texture and think it's great. And if you offset it, it's still tileable. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now with this material, obviously tiling it a bunch of times, you're going to see this repeat and this repeat. There's no getting around that. But for a backsplash or something, this would be great. And if you need it bigger, I mean, we could just make this canvas size huge and do that same thing again that we did. Oh my gosh, look at that. So now we have this huge texture that would work great as a backsplash or whatever you want to use it for. Just an amazing sample, and I can't believe that it's just coming up with this stuff on its own. That's great. So I think that this AI really opens the possibilities on textures. You can get a small sample of wood or something and turn it into a really big sample of wood. And, it can be high resolution. It can be fantastic. You can make it tileable too if you want. This opens up a lot of possibilities. I hope you guys can see that just from these simple demonstrations. So go check it out yourself. I already have the video about how you can get going with AI. Check that out. And this is awesome. I think this changes things a lot for me right away. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and subscribe for more experimentation for things that, especially pertaining to Archviz workflows, 3D graphics, etc. Check out the links below for all my free resources and courses. Thanks a lot.